Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. It has happened. It has happened. The Rangers have just recently, last night, from when I'm recording this, the Rangers have made a trade with the Vancouver Canucks. I think you know where this is going. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to say J.T. Miller is back! We got J.T. Miller from the Canucks! J.T. Miller is now a Ranger again! Let's go! Also, Will Borgen got signed a $4.1 million extension for 5 years, but nobody cares! J.T. Miller is back! A former Ranger has returned. J.T. Miller was drafted 15th overall by the Rangers in 2011. Of course, he didn't start immediately, but it was definitely exciting to see. 2013 is when he started his career during the short lockout. And he was pretty decent, but it wasn't a regular. And then next season, despite playing a small role, Miller was part of the team that made it to the Stanley Cup final in 2014. I still miss 2014. And then the season after that, that's when he started to become a regular. He's been with us for 5 years. He has done well for the Rangers. He was pretty much on the third line, but his potential was there. Like, his best season for the Rangers was in the 2016-17 season when he scored 22 goals, 34 assists, and 56 points. Which is really good. He's definitely proven that he's far more than a third-line player. Then, everything changed at the 2018 trade deadline, where Jeff Gordon sent out that infamous letter. We definitely lost many players. We lost Rick Nash, we lost Nick Holden, we lost Michael Grabner. But the biggest losses that we got were Ryan McDonagh and J.T. Miller. Both men would be traded to the Tampa Bay Lightning at the trade deadline. Like, I was sad when it happened, but when I knew about the return we got, I was really angry. Like, in case you forget, we traded McDonagh and Miller for Vladislav Namestnikov, Brett Howden, a draft pick that we used to select Niels Lundqvist, and Libor Hayek, and a draft pick that we used to select Carl Henriksen. I've already talked about this trade so many times, and back then it was the worst trade in Rangers history. Notice I said was. That was until the Buchnevich and Blade trade happened. And until now, when we traded Capo Caco for Will Borgen. Which is easily the worst trade in franchise history. Like, Miller would then spend the next year and a half with the Lightning. And then he got traded to the Vancouver Canucks in 2019 for literally nothing. I mean, it's like a conditional first round pick and Marek Mazanik and not a lot in return. Like, let me tell you about his time in Vancouver. Like, Miller was good with us, and he was also good with the Lightning. But then he goes to Vancouver, and oh my God. If we weren't already regretting trading Miller before, we regret it even more now, as he went full God mode with the Canucks. Especially last season, where he scored 37 goals, 66 assists, and 103 points. Like, he was so good that he made it to the All-Star. And when the Canucks were in the playoffs in 2020 and 2024, he was a key factor for the Canucks. Like, he was a bottom sixer when he left us, and he has become the player the team desperately needs. This season, he has scored 9 goals, 26 assists, and 35 points in 40 games, which is a big drop-off from last season. Not to mention, there were many rumors that he and Elias Pettersson, who is also struggling so far this season, are not getting along well, causing both to struggle. So the trade makes sense for both sides. Now, we didn't just get Miller, though. We also got Erik Brannstrom and Jackson Dorrington. Brannstrom was drafted 15th overall by the Vegas Golden Knights in 2017. He would never play with them, as he was traded to the Ottawa Senators for Mark Stone, which will definitely go down as the worst trade in Senators history. Because you all know what happened. He spent most of his career in Ottawa. He has been decent, 20 points, but underwhelming, as he is a third-pair defenseman at best. And then this season, he gets signed by the Avalanche, gets traded to Vancouver right before the season began, gets put on waivers, and has played most of the season in the minors, where he got 2 goals, 8 assists, and 10 points in 8 games. So knowing this, he will play for the Wolfpack. Or at least, that is what I am hoping for. I swear, if Lindgren and or Miller get traded, or someone from the left side is out due to injuries, and Brannstrom takes over instead of Zach Jones, I will be even more angry with the team. Then there's Jackson Dorrington. He was drafted 176 overall by the Canucks in 2022. He has been impressive in the NCAA so far, as this season he scored 2 goals, 8 assists, and 10 points in 24 games. Not big numbers, but he's definitely a reliable defenseman. He has yet to be signed, though. Whether or not he will play for the Wolfpack is yet to be determined. So that is pretty much so this is good. So JT Miller is back, and we add more to the Hartford Wolfpack. Knowing a fan favorite and former Ranger has returned, you think I'd be fully happy about it. I'm just like, it's a good trade, and then I move on. Well, that would normally be the case. That is, until you remember who our GM is. So for getting JT Miller back, there has to be a big cost on the Rangers' end. And I'm already scared about it. Let's see what we gave up to get Miller back. The Rangers gave up a first-round pick. You know what? I can live with that. You know, we are still in the race, And if we make the playoffs and make another deep run, we will need a first round pick. Especially since it's top 13 protected. Like, if the pick goes past 13th, it is Vancouver's pick. If it falls in the top 13, the Rangers will get that pick, and Vancouver will get next year's first round pick. Plus, we have many great prospects in our system. Brennan Hoffman, Gabriel Perreault, Brett Berard, and several others. So, I could survive this. We also gave up Victor Mancini. Seriously? Mancini? Like, Victor Mancini was good for us. Drafted 159th overall by the Rangers in 2022, Mancini has been good with us. I mean, this season, he was the biggest surprise out of the preseason as he just came out of nowhere. And he ended up becoming a regular in the beginning. Well, until Lindgren came back. But he was an extra defenseman. And then Trouba was traded, not only for cap reasons, but to also make Mancini a full-time NHLer, which is good. Like, he's done well, as he scored a goal, 4 assists, and 5 points in 15 games. Then he had one bad game against the Canes, and the Rangers were like, no, you suck. Back to the minors. And he has done well in the minors, as he scored 3 goals, 7 assists, and 10 points in 23 games. I mean, yeah, his last appearance was bad, but to send him down for one bad game, and to get Will Borgen when Mancini was the one destined to replace Trouba, like, we literally gave up on Mancini too soon. He was doing well with the Wolfpack. Like, you couldn't just let him finish one season before sending him packing. But if you thought that was the big player of the trade, you are wrong. The last and the biggest player that we gave to Vancouver is Philip Chytil. Seriously? Philip Chytil? Why Chytil? Chytil was doing good for us this season. He scored 9 goals and 11 assists for 20 points. I know he's injury prone, but he's still really good. And at times, our best centerman. I get giving up Mancini in a first round pick, but trading Chytil was a bridge too far. You could have given them Riley Smith, Ryan Lindgren, Keandre Miller, Earl Vakanainen, Jimmy Vesey, or Arthur Kaliev. I would have also said Mika Zibanejad, but the Rangers actually did try to trade Zibanejad from Miller. But Vancouver rejected the trade. The Rangers would actually attempt to trade Lafreniere and Schneider from Miller. Thank God that trade would be denied as well. But still, all the guys I mentioned, you could have traded those guys. Anyone. Trade anyone but Philip Chytil. God damn it. Just when it looked like Chris Drury finally learned how to make trades, he makes what should have been a great trade and then he completely ruins it. Now, what do I say about this trade? Well, most of you would say that it is a win-win trade, which I can understand why, but to me, it is mixed. On the one hand, we got JT Miller back, which is awesome. We definitely need better offense, and Miller is who we need. Like he's making his debut tonight when I'm recording this. Not tonight, but today. So, and he'll likely be on the second line, demoting Zibanejad to the third line, which makes sense. On the other hand, we lost Filip Chytil and Victor Mancini in the process. It really sucks to see Chytil go, because he has potential and is a bright spot for the team. He broke out 2 seasons ago, gets injured the next, and is doing much better this season. And when we finally get a glimpse of hope, Drury has to be like, nope, you're gone. We lost Kakko, and now we lost Chytil. The best line for the Rangers so far this season, and now Will Cooley is the only one left. Please do not trade Cooley at the deadline. If we lose Will Cooley, then we pretty much lost the best line when we shouldn't have. On the one hand, Miller gets out of a toxic situation in Vancouver and should hopefully play better with us. Chytil gets to play in the top 6 like he deserves. And it is a no-brainer. Chytil will easily be the second-line center for the Canucks behind Elias Pettersson. And Victor Mancini will be, or should be, a full-time NHLer again. And again, it is a no-brainer. He will easily be on the third pair with Derek Forbort. On the other hand, Miller is currently getting $8 million per year for the next 5 years. And we are paying it all, by the way. It wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't for the fact that Jacob Trouba was also worth $8 million. And we had to trade him to clear cap space to extend Igor. But thanks to this trade and the gross overpayment of Will Borgen, I'm never going to let this down. The Rangers are right back in the same spot they were before the Trouba trade. We currently have $3 million left in cap space. We still have to sign Cooley, Jones, Rempe, and Edstrom. We better keep all 4 for the rest of the season and get rid of Smith, Vesey, Lindgren, Miller, Kaliev, and Vakanainen. Because if we don't, we won't have enough cap space to sign Cooley, especially Cooley, Jones, Rempe, and Edstrom. And the trade deadline is only a month away. I am already scared. I'm already scared of the trade deadline, but now I am even more scared. Please do not ruin things, Drury. Do not cause any more harm. And also another thing, with Chytil gone, the team has gone significantly older. It's up to the point where Vincent Trocheck is the youngest centerman for the Rangers. He's only 31. I mean, on the bright side, at least this trade is not as bad as the McDonough and Miller trade. At least both teams get something in return. So we'll see what happens throughout the month and the trade deadline. But until then, JT Miller, welcome back. It is great to have you back. I can't wait to see you play with us again, and I hope you will be the one to send us to the playoffs.
Around that. Oh, yeah! Miller!
Yay! Good start. Yay, Miller.
Scored first goal in Rangers' return.
What's a mini slap shot?
Welcome back, JT. Welcome back. Yeah.
Yay!
Miller again.
Wow, good job.
It's a power play goal.
Of course, we need to figure out what his number will be, since his number 10 was taken by Panarin. Unless Panarin decides to give Miller his number. Victor Mancini, it is a shame that you had to leave so soon, but you definitely have a bright future. I know you will be a big help for Vancouver's defense. As for you, Philip Hedl, I'm going to miss Hedl. He has been great, and despite the injuries, he never gave up. He kept pushing, he plays hard, he worked hard, and his potential is still there. He will get the ice time he deserves, and he will be a big factor for the Canucks, especially on the power play. I can't wait to see JT Miller again, but at the same time, I want to wish good luck to Philip Hedl and Victor Mancini. May the hockey gods look after you. May they look after us all.
Zuccarello holds. Shattenkirk has it. Shattenkirk, a shot save. Rebound. Score! J.T. Miller.
See Miller in front. It is a 4-on-3 advantage, doing a good job of screening. He manages to corral that rebound, and Ranger fans go home happy.